Hi there. Excuse me, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Welcome to day 189 of our Be a Better You annual challenge. This whole month, we are focusing on mental health and well-being. And our topic for today is mental health or mental well-being goals. How do we go about setting them? I'll share a 5-step process. Then I'll give 8 examples of possible mental well-being goals to help you transform to be the best possible version of yourself, which is what this year's challenge is all about. And then I will share probably just one person's story, or I go way too long. If you need more examples, if you want to know other people's studies, if you have specific questions, all you have to do is ask either in the comments below or direct message me, and I will make sure that your questions get answered and that you get everything you need to successfully do today's challenge. So let's share quickly a 5-step process for identifying mental health or mental well-being goals that can help you to transform to becoming a better version of yourself, just to make your life better, because that's what our lives are all about, right? Being the best version of ourselves and enjoying the process, enjoying the journey of this crazy thing called life. So step 1 is, of course, to reflect deeply on your current mental state. Now, this is a toughie for most of us because we're not actually aware of what our current mental state is. So we want to ask ourselves some questions. What's the current emotional, psychological, and cognitive state of our well-being? What is our current situation? I'd like to ask myself things like, do I feel emotionally stable? Most of the time, yeah, but sometimes I get wackadoodle too. How do I manage stress? We all deal with stress and stressful situations. Sometimes we handle it really, really well, sometimes not so well. And so ask yourself the question, how do I manage stress? How emotionally stable do I feel like I am? Or am I just reacting and responding to things like a pinball machine bouncing ball back and forth from spot to spot? Am I sleeping and eating well? Am I taking care of myself? Am I showing myself compassion and self-love? And then do I feel motivated and focused? Do I feel like I am moving towards something? And this year's goal, overarching goal, is to become a better version of ourselves. Guess what? Everything starts in our mind. Everything you see around you started out as an idea that somebody had. And I mean, absolutely everything. Now, step 2. Let's talk about how you can go about getting in tune with step 1 and reflecting. You can journal. You can do self-assessment, quizzes or tools. There's apps online. There's emotional tracker apps. There's all kinds of ways you can get in touch and get outside information and verification of how it is that you're actually feeling and what you're thinking. I think it's hard to think about what we're thinking and how we're thinking and how that's impacting us without the use of some kind of tools or objective feedback. Step 2, identify key stressors and negative patterns. You want to examine recurring things. What are the things that stress you out on a regular basis? Not just once every 10 years, but kind of consistently, like every week, every month, every day. What are those things? Here's some examples. Toxic relationships. If you've ever been involved in one, you know exactly what I mean when I say toxic relationships. If you haven't, you might not, so you're probably not in one, or you're in absolute positive denial. Poor work-life boundaries. I used to work all the time, pretty much all the time, even when I was with my family. That was a poor work-life boundary and balance. Negative self-talk. Again, that's one I have to claim guilty to because I do it. And I just recently found out from a coach that doesn't even belong to me, but I created the habit and made it a part of my underlying subconscious life because I got it from my grandmother, not even my mom, who also has negative self-talk, but my grandma. So that means we've all got it from generations ago. Step 3. Okay, we want to identify which of those stressors and factors are impacting our self-esteem or our well-being the most. And those are the ones in the starting points for change, right? We could pick a goal to improve something if we don't have any challenges, but we're going to hop into and identify challenges tomorrow so that we can do the SOAP framework on your biggest challenge right now. But identifying them helps us decide what kind of a goal to set in order to transform our lives more positively. Because if we have underlying negative things that are impacting us, those are going to just stop us from even proceeding and becoming a better version of ourselves. So we want to clarify what well-being means to us. We did that in the beginning, first day of the month, but you can either go back or say, well, what does it really mean to me? Is it peace of mind? Is it, emotional resilience? Is it mental sharpness? The older I get, the more I want my mind to stay mentally sharp and fit. And I will say, when I was younger, I didn't even think about that. It didn't even cross my mind. 4, create SMART goals, specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time-bound. And use that format. Why? It's kind of like using the journalistic format, who, what, where, when, why, and how. So we include all the important points or all the important ways of creating a goal that we know that we can go about making happen in our life. And then align your goals with your daily routines. This is one of my, I don't know if it's a secret, but a lot of people don't do it. Everything that I want to do and create, my goals, my objectives, if I want to change a behavior or change a trigger or something, I make them part of my daily routine. I think I've shared that I do affirmations when I brush my teeth, right? Because I know I'm going to do it every day. So it's a really good way to remind myself. And I don't remember how many years I've been doing it, so I'm totally in the habit of it. But we want to make habits out of the things that help us move toward what we want. So what are some examples of transformational mental well-being goals? I'm just going to share 8 with you, and maybe one of these can relate to you and you're like, boom, that's mine. Or you're going to go through the process, which is today's action item, is to go through this 5-step process and figure out what are your top 3 mental health and well-being goals. Here's some examples. Practice daily mindfulness and meditation. Number 2, establish healthy sleep habits. 3, limit screen time and social media exposure. 4, seek therapy or mental health coaching. 5, develop emotional regulation skills. 6, cultivate positive relationships. 7, engage in regular physical activity. And 8, practice gratitude and journal daily. Now I will tell you, I do almost all of these. I've done all of these at some point. I haven't had therapy, but I have had emotional coaches and mental health coaches before. So, and things will change over time. You'll set a goal, you'll achieve the objective from that goal, and then you'll set another one. We do that in all the areas and aspects of our life because that's how we continually improve and grow. Let's share Marcus's story. Marcus is 59 and he recently retired from the military. And when he retired from the military, transitioning to civilian life was extremely challenging for him. He felt aimless, isolated, and mentally fatigued. He was exhausted, not motivated to do anything, which told him something was going on that he needed to change. So he applied the process and he started with self-regulation using a mood tracker. He started using a mood tracker to find out what times and when and what the situations were surrounding his aimlessness, his feeling isolated or mentally tired, right? When he felt exhausted, he pulled out his mood tracker and documented that. Then he noted that lack of structure and social interaction were negatively impacting him. He was used to having a regular schedule in the military and constant interaction with other human beings. When he retired, all of that disappeared. So he set goals to volunteer at a local shelter twice weekly and join a veterans book club. 2 things that really got him social interaction and some structure because they were at a scheduled time. He started attending monthly group therapy meetings and adopted a gratitude journal. The results, Marcus rebuilt his sense of purpose and community. He now sleeps better, has stronger, let's say relationships, stronger emotional control and relationships, and is mentoring younger veterans. His mental health turned from passive survival to active thinking and participating in his own life. So that's just an example of one person's story. Let's hear your story. Go through the process, pick one mental well-being goal, and share it in the comments below to hold yourself accountable. I will do the same. I haven't picked mine yet, but of the list, I can come up with a whole bunch because there's always things that we can do to improve, right? It's part of our journey. Any questions, hit me up and ask. Otherwise, have an awesome day, and I will, of course, be with you tomorrow.